morning, everyone. Oh, microphone is working. Me. So, first question is, can everybody put up their right hand or left hand like this, and you put your fingers close together? Okay. Does your index finger, this one, is it straight? Or does it curve over to meeting the longest finger, the second longest finger? Does it, whose finger curves over? Show us on here. I'm not talking about the tip of it curves over to the next finger over. Does it curve over? Or is it basically straight? Towards the middle finger. Whose hand, whose finger, their index finger, this one, curve over at the tip towards the index, towards the middle finger. Not like Jeanette's, or Eddy's. Okay, who does? Alice? Show me here. This is pretty. Well, it's true, actually, slightly. So Jeanette for sure, Eddy for sure. Mr. Bush, you do? It does? It goes towards the index, the middle finger? Really? Okay. Interesting. All right, I didn't know, I don't remember that Sun Quan's figured that. Okay. So why am I asking this? No reason. No.
Special.
Chris, do you think yours does?
Well, I think it just more, it aligns with my middle finger so that there's no gaps in between when it goes like that.
Oh, no, not gaps. I'm talking about literally the tip of the finger.
Compared to hers, it doesn't curve. So.
Right, okay. All right, and is there anyone who's what's called the middle finger? Is there anybody whose index finger is longer than their middle finger? Anybody whose index finger, this finger, the pointing finger, is it longer than the middle finger? Nobody? No girls especially have it? No? Okay. Oh, sorry. All right. Anyway, this is just audience participation. But officially, in hand reading around the world, if the pointing finger is curving towards the middle finger, like Jeanette's and Eddy, usually this kind of person is actually not generally the kind of person who would be in a kind of leadership position. Not usually, not in a leadership position. It doesn't guarantee that those who doesn't curve would be naturally in a leadership position, but leaning towards the middle finger is kind of I'm a little shy. Because this is the finger of direction, giving direction. And mine shows I'm hesitating. So what? Not important. Except that many times people who have some kind of are not confident in areas, or frequently are the ones who are in the position of leadership. Many times. Does that make sense? Many times people who are not supposed to be are naturally in a leadership position, frequently are. And Jeanette is a leader. How I got in this. So I don't feel qualified, basically I understand. Don't particularly feel qualified to speak, but I always have a lot to say. So that's my introduction. But people who, like a baby, like the Mar baby, maybe mommy has noticed that a baby will use the index finger in the beginning, because their eyesight's not so great, but they will trace their mother's features with that finger. They point that finger out. This is kind of the finger showing I'm interacting with the world, interacting with this physical world. Giving direction, receiving, hesitating, and a baby would trace the mother's features or face with that finger. I don't know if you noticed that. Might not be true, but I think it is true. I've many times seen it myself. So this is kind of the finger, like an antenna, interacting with the world. Many times shy people end up being the ones that are leading. They don't really want to be leaders, or they're really afraid. Even this could be fear. That's the way I feel most of the time. Kind of struggling all the time to interact with the world, and not doing a very good job of it, I feel, that I'm doing. Okay, I want to talk something about this though. We have my picture. What happened to my picture? And this is an interesting painting. Don't you think it's interesting? You can't hear me. I'm so disturbed. Turn me up? I don't think so. Okay. So this is really God's original plan, maybe. Painting of God's original plan. I've looked at least 100 paintings of Jesus with, like you Google, paintings of Jesus with sitting down with women. And there's so many of them. He's sitting at the well when the woman comes to get water, get a conversation with her, many pictures. But this one is quite different. And he's smiling, Jesus, and the lady is smiling and she's holding his hand. She has her hand on his hand, yes? It's a nice piece. I like it. You like it? I do. So, I want to talk about this problem that I always have in my mind. People are interested in development. This is part of our original mind that I, as an individual, and my family, my society, the world, gets better. Some people use the word development, some people use the word evolution. And there's a kind of a concept that we're evolving to higher consciousness. And I like that, and I believe that, even though there seems to be many people who seem to be very stuck. But the concept of being stuck means somehow that suggests that I'll also evolve or get unstuck and go forward. Betterment. But anyway, evolving consciousness. And there are many people that kind of are considering that they want to develop their consciousness, become more empathetic, more loving, and eventually meet God or become one with God. But I struggle with that a little bit, actually quite a lot for many years, because my feeling is expressed in this question. I have to ask this question to everybody. I don't think I'm going to take time to get answers. Really? You can't still hear me?
If you just keep the microphone consistently in the same spot when you move your face.
Do I look like the kind of person who can stay in the same spot for long?
No, just keep the microphone moving with your face moving.
Keep the microphone moving with eyes.
With your face, yes.
Pretend there's a microphone. I mean, a harmonica. I asked a question. The case for a human fall from a loving parent. If we know or believe that God is a God of love, if we know God is a God of love, is a being of original love, then how could God be so incompetent to make humans evolving our hearts? Is it that God just created human beings like maybe evolutionists are saying, and then kind of just let them go, or hope that they would do good and evolve and become good people among them, for themselves, among them, families, evolve to becoming good people in society, make a good civilization? Or is it that human beings have a huge responsibility because God didn't create us to evolve, but to go through a process of growth, be loving people from the very beginning? The concept of Adam and Eve, the first human beings, whatever you want to call them, that they were loving, that they were created for love, they were created to be God's loving partners and co-creators, and to be one with God from the beginning, after a process of growing up like children do grow up. In other words, God never created us to be in such conflict. To this day, after many thousands, maybe millions of years, we're still so divided in ourselves. God created us to be in this position of this kind of maybe random development, evolution. There's something happened, terrible, that happened, that has not allowed human beings to be one with God after all these years. You know what I'm trying to say? If we know that, many people who know God say God is a God of love. But how can God be a God of love if he's so incompetent? Looks like God is incompetent in his creation, that he allowed us to be only evolving our consciousness. Now, many people will say, well, God is sending people, God is helping so much for us to develop, or to become one with him, right? That's what religion does, I suppose. But the question really is, what was God's original situation? What was he doing? And also, what happened that we're still struggling to be good, be happy? Something happened. And, it's so unsatisfactory to me to say that, well, we're evolving. Something terrible happened. And we don't want to many people don't want to recognize that, even those people who are Judeo-Christians or whatever, understanding of, some kind of understanding that something happened, some fall of human beings. And so we had to start over again. We literally had to start over again. And then we have religion and we have Christianity, who, I don't want to talk a long time now, it's frustrating, but we have Christianity that said, well, God, somehow, we don't say, but some religions do say that God knew that Adam and Eve would fail, that they would fall. He knew it. For many different ways they explain it. But anyway, that's so he could send Jesus. He's our Savior, right? We all agree. He's our Savior. But what is strange? It's something you Greek God. God created us, and he knew we would fail. He knew we would start all this trouble for ourselves and this world and for God. But he's doing it only so that this is theology. He knew that he did it, but he only did it so he could send Jesus. So we would all be knowing that we're not gods ourselves, and that we can't do anything without God sending the Savior. Okay? We're just like bumbling idiots ourselves, and God is somehow not so kind or nice or loving at all, but is setting us up to fail. That's theology. You know this. And then he sends Jesus, and then, so Jesus came 2,000 years ago. But we teach that a salvation that Christianity teaches that comes from the crucifixion of Jesus is our salvation if we believe in Jesus. Well, I'm a Christian, and I know many Christians, and we are all still divided in ourselves, even though we believe in Jesus, between good and evil, still. So somehow, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Anybody who says it's enough has swallowed the big deception. Honestly. Now, it's not that great things have not extraordinary things. The loving mercy of God has not been accomplished through Jesus' crucifixion and through people believing. But this still was not God's original will. I refuse to accept it. So what is this? This is a painting of a very controversial subject, even among people who like the idea that Jesus was married or should have been married. It's very controversial. But this is, we know that Jesus was sent as the Bible says, as the last Adam. He came in the position of Adam. So not until our movement, at least not loudly, has anyone said, he comes as Adam, where is Eve? Because what happened? The man fell away from God, and so did the woman. So salvation can't come just from, as Christianity says, just from Jesus. It must come from the second coming of the Lord is actually the second coming of the Lord of the lady. The second coming of Adam and Eve. Men and women. I made this song one time, and one verse is, I sent two people, not one. God said, I sent two people, not one. When? I mean, the whole world is man and woman, masculine and feminine. It's very confusing today. How many sexes are there? There's only two. I sent a man and I sent a woman. Originally. So why would God save humankind just by sending Jesus? So some enlightened people like Gene back there and others, know that Jesus was a human being as well as the Son of God, the only begotten Son of God. Jesus was the only begotten Son of God. But he came to restore Adam. Who came to restore Eve? No one's talking about that enough. No one's talking about that enough. So I can go on. But here is a painting of the idea that Jesus would be married. Actually. And this woman is a painting of Jesus' wife, or potentially his wife. It's a painting. There are people who believe that Jesus indeed had a wife. There are many people who believe that, but not that many. Not really. Most people believe there's no need for a woman. Most Judeo-Christian tradition does not teach that we needed a Savior that would be also a woman and a restored Eve. Right? I mean, come on. So, what was lost was Adam and Eve. I sent two people, not one. I sent my daughter as well as my son. I sent my daughter as well as my son. When did God do that? In the very beginning. Eve was his daughter, who was deceived. I would like to talk about deception, but was deceived by who? By, according to our principle, according to the true mother, was deceived by a being that was supposed to help Eve and Adam to develop and grow. How could it be? This spiritual being was an angel. And this angel was supposed to protect Adam and Eve and help them to grow as God's helpers, God's servants. But instead, this angel, whose name today is Lucifer, deceived and seduced Eve. And then she in turn seduced Adam. And this is why human beings are divided within ourselves to this day, between constant battle going on. My mind delights in the law of the Lord, in God. Romans. My mind, all of us, we love the law, we love God, we love the truth, we like religion. My mind delights in the law of God, but my body is following another law. Oh, wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? Conflict. We cannot have true love without some truth also. So originally I sent my daughter Eve. And if he's going to restore this world, he has to send his daughter again, his only begotten daughter. It's not enough to send just a man. Man doesn't represent all of what God is. Man does not represent all that God is. So this is the original dream for poor God, that he would send his son Jesus, and he sent his daughter, what her name was. But it didn't happen. Now some people say it did happen. The Da Vinci Code suggests that Jesus indeed had a wife and had children, and that child, as I understand, if I correctly understand, was living in France. But that's not the will of God. The will of God is that Adam and Eve, when they have children, they establish 3 generations. Adam and Eve would establish 3 generations centered on one with God, and will multiply this world. Did Adam and Eve, or whoever they were, multiply in this world? Did they multiply or not? Did they multiply?
They multiplied.
Whoa! All over the planet. All over the planet. They're multiplying to this day. Many of them are multiplied. Still, the descendants of Adam and Eve. Whether they're married or not, it's real easy to make babies. Real easy to make babies. Shoda-san and Miyuki-san, my wife, and me, we're having good fortune doing what's called blessings in Upper Darby. And it's so amazing who we meet, people we meet. Last week we met a young man who was towards his heart. Good guy. He prayed with us. He prayed with us. He enjoyed talking with us, received the holy wine. But he said, I found out my mother, I'm the child of a rape. My mother was raped and I was born from that rape. His life is like so unsettling. He's a child of a rape. Okay? We met another woman. She was from Guyana. She looked like, we thought she was Latina, but she was from Guyana. That's in northern South America, right? The 3 Guyanas, the French Guiana, the British, and the Dutch. The Dutch is now Suriname. She's from the British. She spoke very good English. We were looking at her, we thought that she was Latina, but she was from India. I mean, her ancestors are from India. There are many people, very mysterious, people from India that live in the northern part of South America. She believes in God. My wife Alice, she's stopping people. She's going, do you want to have a prayer over you? Do you want us to pray over you? Who are you? They don't ask that. Many people say, it's so amazing, isn't it, Jonas? Do you want to have a prayer over you? My wife stops people. That's how she stops them. Then we start talking, and we eventually give them holy wine, and we talk and we listen. We listen to them. So she said, I think it's a very precious thing when people say, yes, on the street in the Upper Darby, Yes, I would like you to pray for me. And so when we pray, we say sometimes, oh God, this person is so precious because this person is responding. And responding to, do you want, is responding. God, I always say in the prayer, God, we know you're always reaching out to us. You're always reaching out to us. Isn't God always reaching out? Who believes that? Who believes that? God is reaching out to us all the time. And God is a loving parent. God is our mother and our father, loving us all the time for centuries and centuries and centuries. God must be suffering. How can anybody get away with not believing that? Because how much effort God has made in history. Read the Bible. The Bible is the history of God's attempt to reach out, to embrace us, and to bring us back home, back to Him. Lost His original home with us. We lost our original home. But so these people, we say, do you want to pray? How precious in reality. Well, let me just ask you this. What if somebody comes up to you and says, do you want us to pray to God for you? And some people say, no. Or, I don't need it. I'm a Christian. Or, I'm a Hindu. Or many things. We meet them all, everybody out there. No. Some people say no and then stop for a second and go, I can always use prayer. Yes. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that a small condition that God is saying, I want to pray for you. I want you to meet me in this moment on the street corner of Upper Darby. And they say, okay, please. You know, it's precious. It's a small thing, but actually it's really precious. How precious! What a good thing to do, don't you think? It's a good thing to say to somebody, what an opportunity we have. What an opportunity. Would you like us to pray for you? We would like to pray for you. And they say, okay. It's like God saying, do you know I love you? Do you know I care about you? Do you know I care about you? Would you stop for a moment and let me love you? And some people say, yes, okay, yeah. That's a wow. I can't stop thinking about it. What a precious thing.
Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? I can't believe it. Okay, I believe you, but I mean, I hate this microphone.
Well, you have to.
I know, bro, but we got to get that time. Like all the rock stars have. I'm sorry, forgive me.
You have to love,
Okay,
love,
I got
the
it. You just think
microphone.
about it.
Love the microphone.
Love it. Okay,
Don't try to get around this. You.
So they say yes. And then then we don't just start praying. We ask them, we might ask for something like, is there any specific thing you need us to pray for? Would like us to pray for? And then they frequently say something, or we just listen. And many of them are already some kind of believer in God, and God's love, and God's mercy, otherwise it wouldn't stop. And many of them have a testimony. The second person we met yesterday, there's on that street, it's on Westchester Pike, it comes down into Upper Darby. It changed its name to Market, but up the street further it's called Westchester Pike. And there is a drug and alcohol help center. They don't use methadone. I went there and talked to them. They don't use methadone, but anyway, and this second guy came, he said, this is a white guy. Short white guy with a motorcycle hat, helmet. He looked like he was from Scotland. Anyway, he said, yeah, I would like you to pray for me. And then he started testifying. God has really been helping me. I'm a drug and alcohol addict, and but I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. So I've been clean. He was very intelligent and articulate and very smart. So we prayed for him, prayed over him, be able to continue on his way. He was going to his job, and he said, I've been doing everything right. And I thank God for that, and I appreciate you guys praying for me. And we said, we're having communion out here also. to seal our offering and our expression of we want God in our lives today and always. Drink the holy water. Grape juice. It's just grape juice. The holy water. The blood of the Messiah in that water, in that grape juice. So they do it, they like it, and they say, thank you so much. Many of them say, thank you for being out here. And they stop and they pray for us and thank God for us. It's really interesting give and take. I'm not talking about we're good. I'm talking about it's great. It's a great experience. Okay? Really great. Good experience. We can learn about God and His children and ourselves. Okay? It's a very important thing. But I want to ask you, who believes that in the majority of times, in history as of now, that things would be better without a family, a mom, and a dad? Who believes that? Now everybody knows that there's great people that grew up without one of the parents, only grew up with one parent. This great brain surgeon, Ben Carson, he didn't have a father that he knows. And you know, his mother could not read. And he didn't know that she couldn't read. The brain surgeon, Ben Carson's mom, he didn't know until much later in his life that his mother could not read. But she was constantly being a dad at times and being a mom both. Constantly pushing Ben Carson and his brother to read. Don't come home and fool around. Don't waste time. Read this book. Read that book. Read. Study. She did that. Like a dad might do. Or a mom does. Okay? And this guy became a brain surgeon. But he had the parent heart expressed and took care of him. But who among you believes that ultimately in history it'd be better not to have parents? It'd be better not to have grandparents. It'd be better not to have brothers and sisters. It's not better. Anybody who believes that, his mind is distorted. There are many of us who have many heartbreaking experiences, many, with our spouses or our parents or our children or our uncles. We might have been sexually molested by our uncle. We have many bad experiences. The first person who was molested really was Eve, taken advantage of sexually. It's not new. But still, even with fallen history and fallen families, it's better to have a father and a mother and grandparents. It's much better. At our company, True World Foods, we have experience of hiring people. More and more now. The guys who are working for us as drivers, the father was in jail, in prison, just got out recently. Saw a photograph of this guy's father recently at the Puerto Rican parade in New York. This guy is his father, and he sends his son photographs of him at the Puerto Rican parade, and his father's got his arm around two babes, young babes, and the father is 55 or 60, he's got his arms around two scantily clad babes at the Puerto Rican parade. He's got children a lot of places. The brother was showing us this. He's got two children and no wife. It's very, very common. Right? It's trouble for them. Of course he loves his children and they love him, but it is hard to be raised in this society, in this world, without parents, both, and brothers and sisters. This is a crazy joke, you know. You're my brother from another mother. I used to think that was kind of cute. You mean that we're all brothers, of course, you just have a different mother. But many times it means the man has many women, and you're my stepbrother, right? You know? So we can't, we just have to emphasize the value of this originally. So is Christianity is making a mistake, honestly? I know I haven't got any Christian really strong sisters here who will be offended by what I'm saying, but it ain't enough to believe in Jesus. If it was enough, then why are we, even as Christians, still divided within ourselves? Why are we still struggling? The lineage of God has not been established on the earth by original man and woman. And God suffered and struggled to send Jesus, and I sent my daughter as well as my son. But we never met Eve, our mother, the second Eve. We never met her, and even if Jesus has a wife someplace and maybe one child, 2 children, they did not establish the lineage of God on the earth. Did not establish. So, I see people have fallen asleep, so it means you already know this, I guess. Okay. But do we? Are we fighting for the true father and true mother of today, whom God has sent? Sun Myung Moon and Hak Jahan Moon. Are we testifying at least? Are we sharing with people? Not quite enough, honestly. I'm not. I used to get in so much trouble doing this when I was a fundraising team, and I was in the Bible Belt 5 years and meeting all kinds of Christians, and I would say it, what I knew, what I understood, what I believed. I got a lot of makes you want to shut up. In our church, people want to shut up sometimes. Anyway, so one thing I want to say more, how about deception? Do you believe that you experience, you know something about deception in this world? Like one time I was in a big meeting outdoors, and Father was speaking, teaching the principle. And the People's Magazine came to report about it. People's Magazine, you know. It's become really funky lately, and it was pretty funky then too, but they came to report about Sun Myung Moon and his cult. So Father shared so much love, so much of hope and vision. I was so happy they were there. The next half month, from then to half month, when the magazine came out, I was just completely shocked at what they wrote about. It was like they weren't there. It was like they had in their mind already what they wanted to say, and that's what they wrote about. Okay? And it wasn't anything good, and it wasn't anything real and true and positive. It wasn't even any quotes, positive quotes. Nothing. I would call that deception. I would call it prejudice, bias. They have in their mind what they want to think and say, and then they have the power of the media to say it, and they blab it all day long. It's deceptive. People who are liars like to continue being liars. They like to keep the deception going on. We don't want to call people liars, but sometimes. And Jesus said about Satan or Lucifer, he said he was a liar from the beginning, and he will remain so. So I'm just talking about this to suggest that there is a cultural war or something, or there's a war between what's true and what's not true. It's going on. Don't try to ignore it. You don't have to get excited, you don't have to get mad, you don't have to yell and scream, because it doesn't work. But you have to know, you have to strive to find out. We have to strive to find out what is the truth. And honestly, there are many people that criticize the Nicene Council for moving the Bible, moving stuff, taking stuff out, leaving stuff in. But, I find the existing 66 books of the Bible, the Protestant Bible, or a few more, maybe 70 books of the Catholic Bible. I find that if they were trying to get stuff out, take stuff out to form our opinion of who Jesus was and what God's will is most important, many things they couldn't get hold of. They couldn't. There's a lot of truth still very much in the original Bible, after the Nicene Council. And the additional books are very valuable and important, so-called hidden books or the Gnostic Gospels, but they're valuable. But actually there's quite a lot that's valuable in the existing book. And we should not pretend that it's not important. We should keep reading it. And one thing is the reality of how deceptive this world is and the people in power. So the idea that Jesus was sent to be killed is certainly decided by certain people in power who organized the Bible. He was sent to be killed. And there are many people who believe that somehow, who are not strict, what you call mainline Christians, who still believe that great things were accomplished that Jesus and God accomplished what they meant by having Jesus killed on the cross. Look how much good has come in this world since Jesus died. It would be 30,000 times better, even more, because we're still in conflict. So much of compassion and mercy and love has come about by Jesus' sacrifice and willing to sacrifice. But there would be the kingdom of heaven on the earth if Jesus was able to accomplish what he came to do, which was marriage and to establish a family, a lineage of God on the earth. He's one with God. His wife would be one with God. They would make and teach and train their children in the future generations. Okay. Thank you very much. Our loving Heavenly Parent, thank you very much for allowing me to rant, and I pray that we can indeed consider the physical reality of this world, that things are multiplied by man and woman. Good things or bad things, both. And you intended originally to be for goodness, true love, and the kingdom of heaven, thy kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven, by sending your son and daughter, Eve and Adam, and then trying to restore that loss by sending Jesus and his bride. Jesus promised to come again, and he talked about in the book of Revelation, the bride of the Lord, and the bride has come. And indeed, our two parents are taking on the responsibility of being the parents of all humankind. It's a big job and a big battle. And as Jesus also said, the harvest is plenty, the work is a lot, but we need more workers, but the workers are few. It would not be a problem if we could give God some help. Thank you very much. I pray in the name of Eddy Kaady, Central Blessed Family, I do.